Hello and welcome to the video. This is a quick video about this thing here. This is the Firefox C129 flybyless micro radio control helicopter. Now, I did a video a couple of months ago where I got a little helicopter in, a modern flybyless helicopter, and had a blast with it. It kind of reignited my interest in the whole helicopter thing. For those of you that have watched the channel for many years since it very started, you'll know that helicopters is how I really fell in love with the hobby. I kind of went away from helicopters when I moved to multi-rotors, because helicopters just want to kill themselves all the time, every time you fly them. So it is a bit of a tough gig. But these modern helicopters these days have accelerometers. They're essentially flybyless units, which back when I was doing this kind of stuff, you know, you'd spend a couple of £100 on the flyby unit, things like V-bar and others. So this only costing £38, and it comes with a cheap and cheerful little radio. I thought, you know what, let's give it a shot. You know, we're in lockdown, let me get something to have a play with. And I'll go through what this is and what this isn't. But this is unbelievably stable, almost too stable. If you are trying to learn to fly helicopters, real larger model helicopters, this is a great introduction, but it almost makes it a little bit too easy and kind of gives you a false sense of security about how easy these things can be to fly. Now, this is going to fly for about 15 minutes on one battery. The battery sticks in here at the bottom. Don't worry, I'm going to show you closer up in a minute. But let me open the box and go through some of the specs and show you what you get for your £39. So this is how it comes in the box. When it arrived, it was a little bit smaller than I expected, and I was a little bit surprised at how light the box was as well. There is a battery in here, but you're going to need 4 AA batteries to get this thing to fly. Now, this has a transmitter range of only about 100 meters, and it can be either mode 1 or mode 2 on the radio. You get a little manual that shows you how to use it. It's very simplistic in terms of getting it to fly. The batteries are 3.7 volts, 300 milliamp hour LiPo, and it will fly for about 15 minutes on that. Body length is about 267 millimeters, body height 80, rotor diameter is 248 millimeters. Now, when I first took this out, I was a little bit worried because looking at it, there's an awful lot of plastic parts, and it kind of looked a little bit toy grade, but I was very surprised when I started playing with it. 4 AA batteries goes in the back of the radio. The radio is probably the weakest part of the kit. It's perfectly usable to fly with, but it would be nice if they kind of made it easier to bind these kind of things to multi-protocol radios. A couple of spares in the box. You have some spare blades, some little tools, and you also then have this thing here, which is the charger for the battery, and this is what the battery looks like. It's this little brick thing that slides in underneath the helicopter. So if I show you a little bit closer up, this is only about 50 grams of weight. Sadly, it does use brushed motors. Brushed motors is pretty standard on the tail for these kind of class of little models, but this one also has a brushed little motor here to run the props. Lots of plastic parts in the head, and really teeny weeny little servos, and the little red light LED at the back shows you when it's bound. Cute little tail rotor that actually does a really good job of maintaining its position, and a little board with just one antenna on it and all the basic pieces already plugged in and installed. Blade tension was actually very good. The trim on this was really good. It flew fantastically well first time out. And there's very little on here that you have to do. It genuinely needs just 4 AA batteries stuck in the back of the radio, and you're going to be ready to fly. So apologies for the indoor footage. We're in lockdown at the moment, and the wind outside is blowing too hard. First thing we need to do is turn the radio on. Next thing we need to do then is to plug the battery into the bottom of the bottle. Plug it in to charge it. The charger has a red light that goes out when it's ready. And once you push the battery home, the red light on the back will flash. Pop that on the ground. And then what we need to do on the radio is raise the throttle and lower it to do a bind. Once that's done, there is ability to kind of arm and disarm the motor. So to arm the model, you hold the sticks to the outer lower corners, and that will start the motors running. To stop it, you just decrease the throttle to 0. There is also a button on the top left-hand corner which will kind of auto start and auto stop it as well. Let me show you how easy this is to fly. So I'll start it, I'll raise the throttle a little bit, and it manages its own height. And this is incredibly stable and flies absolutely beautifully. Couple of clicks of trim. I'm a little bit in my own downwash here for the video. Unfortunately, you know, like I said, I desperately would like to be outside for this, but I've given up waiting for a nice day to show you how this flies. But to increase the height of the model, you raise the stick on the left-hand side. To then decrease the height of the model, you lower the stick on the right-hand side, and it's using a little barometer internally to manage that height, and it's doing a really, really good job. This feels more like flying a quadcopter than it does what I would consider flying a helicopter. It's not trying to kill itself all the time. If you take the eyes off it for a second, it absolutely wants to fly into a piece of furniture and start snapping blades, but compared to some of the smaller models that I've flown, this is an absolute piece of cake. Even the yaw rates are really, really good. This inspires a massive amount of confidence, and if you were maybe a pilot that has a sprung throttle, maybe you fly a DJI thing, this would be fantastic fun as a little thing to play with if you are stuck indoors or in lockdown. So in summary, what do I think? Well, when I initially unpacked it, I was a little bit disappointed with the plastic parts in the head and thought, you know, that looks a bit toy grade, but then what do you expect for £39? But actually the way this flies has really impressed me, and it just flies beautifully well. The way it's set up, the way it performs is fantastic. There are spares in the box, and I like to see a spare set of blades. You're definitely going to end up doing a little blade strike with this. These kind of things don't take blade strikes like quadcopters do. They tend to break blades, and if you really make a mess of it, they'll actually break parts in the head as well. There are spares on the website, and that's really good to see, because you will break stuff. The other quadcopter that I looked at a couple of months ago had more metal in the heads. The way this tends to work is that there's always the weakest point in a head of a helicopter, and that's always the bit that breaks. If you strengthen other parts, then you're just kind of transferring the weakest part to another part of the head. But in the flying that I've done here, it's performed okay. The ball linkages aren't getting too loose, and the little 90-degree swash plate setup is actually working really, really well, even with these teeny weeny little servos. But then I guess this is only weighing 50 grams. It is very, very easy to fly. And as I said at the beginning, it might even be too easy to fly. If you went from this to a model with less help and support from the 6-axis gyro and the barometer kind of height management, you might have a little bit more of a steep learning curve. Being conscious of things like, you know, if you move the model and try and actually move around the room, the fact that that means that you have to increase the throttle slightly, because not all the thrust is going to be supporting the model in the air. Some of it's actually going to be pushing out the back to move it around. All that stuff is things you have to think about normally, and with this though you don't. So if you don't care about that and you just want to have a go at a helicopter, this is going to be fantastic. There are a couple of things that I would have liked to have seen. A few more metal parts in the head would have been nice. Plastic ball joints and stuff will wear out over time, so there will be slop in the head and you'll end up replacing things. It did come really well set up out of the box with the radio that's supplied. The radio is okay, it's only okay. You know, these aren't the kind of gimbals that you're going to get and everything else. The spring tension is quite high, which does make it very good for a beginner. But it would be nice if, when manufacturers brought these things out, they also gave you files for things like OpenTX, which allowed you to bind your existing multi-protocol radio, something like this, to fly it. It would save having lots of these kind of things hanging around. Hopefully we get more of that stuff as these things continue to come out with modern electronics installed. And it would have been nice to have brushless motors on here as well. That's just going to add to the longevity. But I guess you can't really complain for the kind of money that we're talking about for this. So for me, this is a fab little way if you want to have a go at a helicopter without breaking the bank and without having to worry about all the different setup pieces. You get everything in the box apart from 4 AA batteries, and as I've just shown, it is a piece of cake to fly. I would have liked myself just a few more little metal parts in it, and maybe brushed motors just to add a little bit more longevity to it, and potentially have versions of this that come with files for things like OpenTX multi-protocol modules, so that you can just bind to it and fly it without having to use a radio, and have something like this, which if you are used to radio control radios, the Taranis and the Radio Master and other things, it just feels very, very toy grade. Thank you for spending your time today watching that video. You can find me in all the usual places on social media, and if you're trying to learn about a subject, then check out the playlist. All of my videos are organised into easy to follow playlists that if you're trying to learn a topic will take you from the basics right the way through to some pretty advanced stuff.